Hey folks, Foggy here. Welcome to day 195 of my year of solo board gaming, considered by many to be ill-advised and stupid. We're going to do one more round of Underwater Cities. We're playing with board 16, which you can see here, which has one of each type of city. So we're going to draw two. We're going to choose the one that we want in each of these spots and go from there. I'm also going to go ahead and give this a quick shuffle. We'll shuffle up the decks here. Like I said before, I really do enjoy this game. I've been reading up a little bit on strategy. There's kind of a snotty post on Board Game Geek that was like, oh, this is really easy. I don't see why you have trouble with it. So, screw that guy. But essentially, it talked about doing a U shape for your cities and then basically ignore the need to do doubles. Just don't worry about doubles. They're not that important. Just try to get a variety of different types of buildings around each spot, and then that will work. So we'll give that a try. We'll see how that goes. And I am just shuffling like an idiot today. I don't think I've had my Wheaties. That's the problem. I could use my Wheaties. All right. After this, we're going to switch over to Arkham Horror. And Arkham Horror I might go with for a while. Arkham Horror is the living card game, has a lot of different components to it. I have a lot of different adventures. I've been through some of those adventures. The biggest issue is that because I've combined everything, it might be difficult to actually do a clean, just opening scenario. And each of them is 6 scenarios. So I might do like one now, put it away, and then come back and do another one later, because each one will be about 6 games. So these are our scoring opportunities. We're going to take a look and actually go through these this time, so that we understand what each one is. All right. And let's see. We're going to go ahead and pull the blues, which I need to assemble here. We have to remember not to grab the one that is prohibited from solo play. And also the other thing that I forgot is that in Quick Start you do not have a first round. You actually start on round 2. So that is a mistake from yesterday's game, which of course had very little impact on the game, I think. One additional turn probably did not make a whole lot of difference, and honestly I still need the help because I didn't even come close to 150. Like I said, can't really shuffle today. So these are all our blues and all our greens. So we're going to choose 2 greens. We've got an instant effect of adding 2 buildings for free around any city in the expansion slots. This one automatically gives you 2 points plus 4x on the Federation track. This is points for every bridge that you have at the end of the game, and this is points for, I think, every city where you have 4 different, every unique set of 4, I know what it is, but I'm just having difficulty describing it. So for every, whatever upgraded item you have the least of, like let's say you have 3 upgraded tunnels, 1 upgraded lab, 3 upgraded desalinization plants, and 2 upgraded kelp, you'll get 1 instance of that because it is for all 4 of those. And then that's going to give you 4 points at the end of the game. And then this one is an instant effect of 2 biofuel and an instant effect of 4 credits, plus 1 point. So we're going to move all these to the side. We're also going to grab our 2 starting amounts. So this is going to be, I think that's very similar to what we got last time. This is automatically getting 2 on the Federation track, plus 1 tunnel, 3 credits, 1 biofuel, and 1 regular fuel. And then this is, as before, it's a desalinization plant, an upgraded tunnel, plus a few other starting items. We have our assistants to pick. You'll notice I'm doing all of this first before making some decisions. This is probably the smart way to play this game. And our opening as personal assistants are a manager, which will give us either 2 steel or 2 credits, plus will allow us to build on expansion slots no matter what. Architect. Whenever you build a city, you have a discount of 1 credit or 1 steel plus. So that's going to be cheaper to build cities, whether regular or advanced. Plus, we'll get a farm and we'll get a science or a science as our ongoing effect there. All right, so, and now we're going to finally deal out 6 cards to start with, so we see what we have to work with. Okay, we'll organize these by color. It's also worth noting, one thing I haven't really discussed is the power of each color. The greens are generally considered the strongest cards. They have the best abilities. The red next to the red, and then the orange. And so that sort of balance with what you get out of each of these different things, or at least it's meant to. So we have 2 green cards. We have one that allows us to trade in 1 credit for 2 steel and 1 card. We have another one that just simply gives us a credit and a steel. We have this one, which is an ongoing production of 1 steel, plus an ongoing effect that when we get to the 3rd level of right here on the Federation track, we will get 1 extra credit. Finally, we have a lobbyist that will give us a card and a Federation, and we have an action that will allow us to get a steel and a card. Finally, let's go through the actual specials this time. On the top of the special is just simply a production effect. It's going to give us 2 points, 1 credit, 1 biofuel. It will cost 1 credit to activate that, I think, to play that, but otherwise we're fine. And the rest of these will all cost 3 credits to activate, and they're all scoring opportunities. In the end of this one, every desalinization plant will give us 2 extra points at the end of the game. Over here, at the end of the game, gain 3 points for each connected city that has at least 1 building of each type. So that goes from being a city worth 6 to a city that's worth 9. Obviously, that could be really important. Federal priority is 2 farms, 2 advanced farms will give you 3 points, every combination of those. I think it's for every 2. It might be combined. I think that's what the plus sign means. It has to be around the same city. Over here, we've got every red city, symbiotic city, will give you 2 points extra. Every 2 science will give you 3 points, a max of 5 times though. And then finally, over here, every steel will give you 1 point, but a max of 14 times. So those are the things that we want to be aware of in terms of what our scoring opportunities at the end of the game are. And we've never really done the specials. Like, there's only one place where you can actually pick up a special, and that's over here on the red. So that's something to keep in mind. We can't even go for it this turn. So whatever we're doing, it's going to not kick in right away. Whatever we're doing, we have to wait a little while before we can get it. So looking at these, what do I want to do? I think, and finally looking at our board, we have this lovely little layout. Our scoring city is going to be over here behind 2 bridges. We have the blue city over here and the green city over here. The green city will require us to pay an additional 1 credit and 1 biofuel if we use this particular bridge. We also get this weird little, I think this is instantly produces 2 times as much, or 2 times as much for production, or 2 times as much as an ongoing benefit. Because each of these can be different, each of these greens can have a different effect or different style. I think that's why there's this weird symbol here, but basically it's 2x whatever's on it. So this probably would not be as valuable because we'd get 4 points, which is valuable, but we'd also get 8 Federation credit, and that doesn't mean anything. Whereas this would actually give us 2 extra buildings around in expansion slots, and that actually would be worth something. So I think no matter what, we're going in with this for green. I think that that's definite. Over here, we have 2 different ways to get to this city. One of them will require an extra credit. The other one will just simply be longer to get to. You'll notice that the weird bridge pattern here is that you can go bridge this way, but then you have to go this way. So there's a weird sort of like thing going on here where it just does not make any sense whatsoever the way that it's arranged. Also, if we get all 3 of these filled in, this is something important, we will get 2 extra points, 2 steel, and 1 biofuel. So that's that would be really valuable. That doesn't really change what's going on here, though. So looking at this, I think I kind of want to go biofuel because that's going to help us make red cities. But I think it's going to be difficult to get to. We're going to have to go through here to get to it. But we are going to try that, I think. Finally, for scoring cities, I always find it easier just to get bridges, and I like the idea that so if we get 10 bridges, so here's the way the scoring will work. We can get, if we get 8 or 9 bridges, then for this to be better than this, we could have only gotten 1 at most of the lowest upgrade type. If we get 2 at the lowest upgraded type, then it's only worth it if we actually have 10 bridges. And then finally, if this is less worthless if we have 3 as the lowest upgrade type. But we all know how poorly I do with upgrades, so I think this is still the better way to go. So we're going to go bridges. All right, and these will go back. Now, given that we need bridges, we want cities. I kind of like the idea of doing the architect because I like the idea that to make the cities cheaper to build, right? I love the idea that you can build in expansion slots, but if we can pick up this green, we're going to get 4 of these expansion slots filled in automatically, and there's only 9 of them to begin with. So I don't think that this is as much of a benefit as I would like it to be. Plus, we have the building a farm here that I think is probably going to be more helpful. So we're going to go architect and get rid of the manager. Now I'm going to check something on the architect. I think another thing I might have done in the previous game that might have been wrong. Yeah, so I should have noted that. This icon means build a farm for the usual cost, not for free. There is one that is for free, but not that. So I still have to pay 1 kelp to build a farm. Given that, we want 1 kelp to start off with. Both of these have 1 kelp, so that's good. This one automatically gets us moving up the track, but doesn't really have a whole lot else. I think I want this one, which is what we went with last time. We're going to get 1 desalinization plant. And I think this one is for free. That is confusing because it's the same icon. There's nothing really different there. So we're going to see at the starting resource tile area. Yeah, I wish I could tell you. It doesn't really explain that well. But as far as I understand, like it's billed it is a complimentary one. Maybe I'm just wrong about that. Where is my little iconography? Yeah, as far as I can tell, it is a starting resource. So we are going to get this little desalinization plant. We do need a city here as well. We're gonna build an upgraded tunnel. We're just going to go ahead and start this direction because we get an extra steel as well. So we're going to have a steel along with some other resources here. Put all these over here. Grab the next one by mistake. This will be our 3 turns, which I'm going to put right there. And we can put this away. And now let's take a look at what we want as in terms of cards. So I think I definitely want this over this. I appreciate the fact you can get a couple steel out of this. That's actually really nice, but I feel like this is better. The steel, and just get the steel and the credit. Let's just get that out of the way. I want the production of the credit. It didn't really make that much of a difference last time. I also want, I know I keep saying this, but I really want to try to avoid worrying about the Federation track that much. And then over here, we have an immediate benefit of a card and a Federation, or an ongoing action of, I think that's probably the better way to go. All right, so we are starting on round 2 as opposed to 1, so that is important to remember. I don't think it affects the solo at all because we still start on the 1. I should probably check that. Yeah, as far as I can tell, I mean, doesn't really say per se. Yeah, we're just starting on round 2, but we're still putting these folks in the same spot. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind because there are times where knowing what round we're on is based on me seeing where the thing is. So we have 3 turns to start with. I think I want to start with this. I want to get a city built. I want to get this city built right here. And we can't really do it with, we can't do a symbiotic city, unfortunately. But we can build it for 1 credit or 1 steel plus less. So we'll need a kelp. We still need a kelp. We'll need 1 steel and 1 credit total. So we'll go ahead and play this here as our first move. We're going to get 1 steel and 1 credit as part of the green card. But more importantly, we're going to get a city. So that's built. And we're going to put that right here. We could go this way. It might be better to go this way because the tunnel here is going to be really nice. But I think for now we're just going to go this way. I think I might try to get a tunnel built right away. So we get that biofuel bonus. But first we draw an extra card. This is a Black Ops team. Whenever you choose an action that does not match your card, gain 1 credit. This effect does not apply when you choose the always available slot. That's not great, so we're just going to ignore that for now. I'm going to play this. This is the production card. We're going to play it over here on activate an A plus get a bridge. We're going to activate this, and we're going to get a farm. I want that farm before we do too much else. And we're going to build a bridge, build a tunnel as well. And it's going to cost us an extra credit because we're going to connect this over here. But we get that tunnel in. More importantly, that means that we get 2 biofuel right away. So now we're cooking with gas, I think. Draw one of these. And for our last turn, this is a personal agency. Whenever you pay to play a special card, you have a discount of 1 credit. It's actually not bad. I might want to do that. I feel like what I want to do is I want to actually go over there to the orange area to get the steel and extra card, because I have this as a card that I really don't care about. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to go over here. We're going to play this card. This is now one of our action cards. Plus, we get to activate an action. So we'll actually activate this action right now. We'll get 1 steel. We'll get 1 card. We'll also go ahead and pick up 2 of these. I'm going to pick up a kelp. And I'm going to pick up a science, I think. All right, and that is the end of the turn. So we advance each of these. We collect our blues. We did not go up the Federation track. So we're going to draw a card. Oh, and I forgot to draw a card at the end of this, didn't I? So, and this is the card that we're going to get rid of. So this is what we have now. All right, so this card has a number of 30. They're such small numbers. I think it might be 39. Nope, 30. All right, so this one is blocked off. We go 1, 2, 3. That is blocked off, unfortunately. All right, so round 3 is going to begin. So what can we do? We've still got 1 more science to collect over here. I think what I want to do is I want to build a city. And I think I can build a city if I have 1 credit available. And I don't have a credit right now. So that's not going to work. Is there anything I can do to get credits? I don't think so. Weirdly enough, I think there's no way that I can get some credits right now. Huh. I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to activate this one using this. This is going to give me an ongoing benefit that special cards cost 1 less to play. We're going to get 2 cards. We're then going to get the choice of either doing science or, ooh, there we go, science or getting a kelp. We can use science to upgrade something or get a kelp. We're going to get a kelp. We're actually not going to upgrade right yet. All right, that's our first action. We draw 1 more card at the end of our turn. If you have at least 3 tunnels adjacent to connected cities, you may build a farm for free. That's actually really nice. I like that one. This is, you may build a city for a discount of 1 credit. I want that card. I don't really care about this. And I want this. Oh, I want all 4 of these. But looking at these, I feel like I need to keep this. This would be nice. These 2 are going to be really helpful. I think I have to get rid of this. this, unfortunately. They're all good cards. They're all really good cards. It's rare that I ever feel like I've got that many good cards. I think what I'm going to do is I kind of want one more kelp. There's no point going here because I can't activate that. I'm actually going to go. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go for the special. I'm going to actually grab this top special because I can use this pretty quickly. And if I can get that played before the end of the next round, before the end of this round, that would be amazing because it's going to be an ongoing benefit of all of that. And so what we're playing is we're going to play this card. We're going to get 2 credits. And then we're going to, come on, there we go, grab one more card. This is if you have 2 connected laboratories, gain 1 kelp. I think that is a no-brainer. We have one more card that we can play. I still would rather try to get the 2 farms. Because I can build a city now with no credits. But I don't feel like that's going to be helpful. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and play this. This is going to be part of our scoring. We're going to play... Do I want to play this over here? I could play a city and then build. Yeah, okay, so yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to do this over here. We're going to build a city. We're going to use 1 less credit than usual. And then that is going to be a city like this, which is nice. We're going to build the city here, I think, because I want to try to get over this way. And then finally, we're going to get a farm. Yeah, I want a farm. Actually, part of me wants a desalinization plant. We're going to do desalinization. And we're going to build this around this city here. We're going to pay the 1 science extra, because that will give us 2 extra credits when we produce. All right, so there we go. That's the end of the turn. We're going to draw 1 more card to finish out our hand. And we're going to go ahead and collect our pieces. Once again, we did not go up the Federation track, so we're going to have to worry about that. We're going to draw an extra card. Its number is 2. So this is now blocked off. Okay, so what's next? We need to get some pieces. I really want to get some credits, but unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do much of that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start... I'm going to start here to get some stuff. We're going to get 2 credits, 2 steel, 1 kelp. And we're playing this card. We're going to pay this extra science to go ahead and upgrade a tunnel. There we go. This goes away. Let me draw another card. Okay. What now? I still can't build a city. I could build a regular city. Like if I play a red, I could build a regular city. We also need to get some distillery. We need to get a lot of things going. I'm debating whether or not to go for special again. I could also do this, which allows me to pay 1 steel to do another slot. Which I might do this over here. Or go up there for the... Let's... If we do this one, we can't do 2 steel plants, which is what I'd kind of like to do. We'd have to do 2 of these, and then use 1 of these to basically repeat the action of another slot. It's just not good. Dilemma. What I really need are credits. I really just need credits. I could build some tunnels, except I have nothing. There's no slot available for tunnels. Desalinization plant is what produces credits, so that doesn't help. Credits are kind of tough to come by, I find. Not seeing anything you don't know. I guess what I'm going to do... I'm going to go here. I'm going to play this card so I can build a city for free. It's going to be a biofuel one, or a symbiotic one. Because of the combination of the architect and this card, I'll get one of these for free. I'm going to build it here so I get... Actually, I'm going to build it here. Don't get anything for that. If I built it there, I would get 1 credit, 1 card. I don't think that that's a good idea. These are not connected, so I'm not going to get any benefits from them, unfortunately. I can still pay one of these to get something from another spot. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to get 2 science. And the last thing that I'm going to do for this particular turn, ooh, that would be good. I was going to go to the science one and upgrade 2 things, but I kind of feel like this is actually a better one to go with, because this allows me to rotate one of these, and for that I could get another farm. Because right now I'm a little worried about, I mean, it's just 2 spots. If I go over there, one of the things I can pick up is a kelp, and yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to play this card, which is rotate one of your used actions to make it available again. So we're going to rotate that. I'm going to pick up a farm and put it over here. And then get 2 items, one of which will be steel and the other of which will be science, because the farms will feed themselves, so I'll have the extra kelp left over. So I'm not going to worry about that. Okay. Whew. Okay. All right. And then that card got played already, sorry. And then this card is now played. This got used again. All right. So now we're at the end of the turn. We draw 1 more card at the end of the turn. Whenever you build the second tunnel on the same turn, advance 1 space in the Federation track. That actually might not be a bad idea. And then we're going to go ahead and this should be here, and we're going to move there. So let's first of all collect our blues. We once again did not move ahead on the Federation track. We're going to move everybody along by 1, and we're going to draw a card. I think we draw from this deck. It doesn't really matter that much. It's going to block that off. We're going to do production. So for the production, we have 2 farms, both of which are regular, so they're just simply going to give us 1 kelp. We have 2 cities to feed, so they're each going to use that kelp. We have 2 desalinization plants. Each of those are going to provide a credit. We have no laboratories. We do have 2 tunnels, both of which will provide a credit, and both of them are upgraded, so they'll both provide a star. In addition, neither of these are connected, so we don't get any benefits from those. We do get 1 steel plast from our card. We do get 1 bio, 1 more credit, and 2 points for that. That is the end of the production phase. We're going to go on to round 5. We're going to draw 3 of these cards. And rotate all this. All right, so let's take a look at our cards and see what we want to keep and what we don't want to keep. Our new cards, if you have at least 2 connected cities that have at least 1 building of each type, you can build a laboratory for free. So that's kind of nice. I mean, if we get another laboratory here, if we get a laboratory here, we can then, like here and here, then we can activate this card. This would be good to combine with this spot up here because that would allow us to build the 2 laboratories. Plus, we could then have one more laboratory somewhere else. So that's something that we should probably keep. I kind of like this ongoing effect though. If you build 2 tunnels, and we're going to need a lot of tunnels, so we'll be activating that orange slot a lot. You will advance 1 space on the Federation track, which does take this off. So that's something to keep in mind. I don't think that we're going to keep this activate a second area at the cost of 1 steel plast. It's a little bit too expensive. The MS, at the end of your turn, before you draw your card, you may discard 1 card from your hand and replace it with the top card of the draw deck. That's garbage. That's not garbage. It's actually a neat card. This is 1 steel, 1 card, 1 spot on the track. It's helpful to have 1 green, so I'll probably keep it, but it's not entirely singing to me. And then finally, this build a city I think is still useful. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to keep build a city, because I'm going to do that on the next turn. Yeah, I think I see how I'm going to do this. We're then going to keep this green, and I think we're going to keep this red. I think we're going to get rid of this red. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to do the build a city. We're going to build 2 tunnels. That's going to cost us 2 credits and 2 steel. We're going to connect this and this. So now these are part of our network, so we'll need some farms soon. But we do get 1 kelp out of this. We're then going to build a city. Now we can build a city at the discount of 1 credit or 1 steel plast. It'll have to be 1 steel plast simply because we don't have any. So we'll take 2 credits, 1 kelp, 1 biofuel. We'll get another symbiotic city. We'll put that one right here. And that was this particular spot. We can also build 1 additional item. So we're going to go ahead and use this kelp to build a farm. All right. That was this particular card. No, I did that wrong. I did that completely wrong. First of all, I should not have used that. Second of all, I don't have the city. I don't build the city yet because it's an action. It's not an immediate. Sorry, screwed that one up. And then we're going to take 1 kelp back and take... I think we don't have the farm. Did I do that? I don't remember when I did that. All right, I think that fixes it. Sorry about that. Let's try this. Smuggling 1. This is probably not that useful. What I kind of want to do is use this to basically up a whole bunch of stuff. I think what I'm going to do, and I don't like playing it this way, and I probably should have played this one first, by the way. That was just really dumb. Because had I played this first, this would have just simply moved us up 1 on the Federation track. So I'm going to mulligan here. Over there, I put down 2 bridges. I then realized that I shouldn't have built the city, so I took the city back. So we've got the 2 bridges. I don't have any extra cities to put in yet. All right, so if I'd done this first like a normal person would have, this would have been an ongoing effect. And I would have gotten 1 Federation for that bridge. Sorry for cheating like that. That's a horrible cheat. But I kind of like to try to get over 100 points on this game. I think you'll forgive me that. All right, so finally we have this. What we can do is we've gone up the Federation track, so I'm not going to worry too much about going up again. What I kind of want to do is upgrade a whole bunch of stuff. And for that, I'll need this smuggling thing. But it's not overly helpful. We could also... could go here. We could go over there. I think we're going to go for the orange slot. We're going to go for the orange slot where we upgrade. We're not probably going to... Well, no. We'll go ahead and do that. We'll trade in 1 credit for 1 science. Why not? And then we'll use 3 science and upgrade 3 things. And we'll upgrade the desalinization plant so we get more... I forgot the 2 credits there, so I'm short 2 credits. Yeah. I know. You can yell at me. We're going to upgrade farms here and here. All right. And then we're going to draw a card, and that is the end of the turn. So now we're going to pull our blues. We did go 1 up on the Federation track, and these all round the corner. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to try to get to here. And can we do that? We can. This is how much it'll cost. The problem is we don't have a way to really use this currently. So what I think we want to do is we want to activate over here. We want to have this genetic labs kicked in. Once per turn, when you upgrade a farm, you may pay 1 credit to gain 1 kelp. Just simply to use the red and have that in play. We can now use one of these, and I think what we're going to do is we're first going to build the bridge. We're going to build 1 bridge. It's going to cost us an extra credit and biofuel. But here's the thing. This is now going to kick into something big. We now get 4 free buildings in expansion slots. That's insane. And I'm just going to verify that over here. Yeah, that's exactly what that is. And we're going to do laboratories up the wazoo. We're going to build, all 4 of these are going to get laboratories in their expansion slots. All right, that's part of that. That is the tunnel, and then this effect. I still can activate one of these, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate... I could build a city. I could actually build a city, couldn't I? I don't think I'm going to. I don't have the biofuel necessary for it. I want to kind of stick with symbiotic cities. So we're going to do this. We're going to build a farm. We're going to build a farm here. We have to pay 1 kelp for that. Now, have I done anything else that... No. Okay. So now we're going to draw another green. I really don't want another green. I might... I think what I'm going to do... Yeah, I'm going to build some desalinization plants. I'm going to play this spot right here. Now, the first thing is that I'm going to get 1 steel. I'm going to go up on the track. I'm going to get an extra card. I'm then going to pay the 2 credits. And I'm going to install 2 desalinization plants over here. I think that's everything. Plus I draw 1 more card at the end of my turn. I have 1 orange, which is good, except I really should have thought about this a little bit better. I needed those desalinizations for... I needed those for the bridges, didn't I? I think what I want to do is I want to get rid of the Sale of Technology. I don't really like that card. Part of me wants to play Corruption, just simply because that'll give me a whole bunch of Federation points, which might not be the worst thing in the world. I think what I'm going to do... This is tough. I am going to play here. That'll move up there. I'll get 1 credit and 1 steel. I'll play this one, which means I may build a laboratory or farm on an expansion slot. Now, pretty much all of the expansion slots for the cities that I have are filled, so it's going to be over here. And do I want a lab, or I think I want a lab? It's going to be the weird hallmark of our city is a bunch of expansion labs. And that goes away. Draw that, and now... Hand limit raised by 1. Oh my god, that's huge. I love that card. Okay, so first thing that we're going to do is we're going to lower this. We do not have to worry about that this round. All of these oranges go 1 more space around. And our last option to do anything before we continue, I kind of want to get I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here. I'm going to play this. I'm going to use 1 fuel, and I'm going to gain 3 on this track. That's going to give me 1 credit and 1 steel. I'm then going to use the science to upgrade. We're going to go ahead and upgrade. Let's upgrade 1 laboratory, I think. Would that be good? Let's upgrade 1 desalinization plant. I heard you. I heard you. It's a smarter move. Stay in there. Thank you. So that gets traded in. We're going to get 2 cards as a result, plus 1 more card at the end of the turn. All right, so we've got... This is huge. I really want this card, and I think this is going to be my best bet. I do want to try to get 1 more bridge built. I kind of like to get another card activated. This would be nice because this would just give me a steel blast. That would be really nice for the end game. Okay, so I feel like that's the least impressive of the cards. So then what I want to do is, and I hate to do this, I hate to get rid of an action card like this, because this feels really good. But I barely got through my action cards last time. And I think I'd rather... No, you know what? We're going to risk it. We're not going to go with any greens. We're going to get rid of that. Okay. So, last turn. Sorry, we're on our last turn. We have 2 more moves to go. We could get some bridges done. We have enough credits now. Yeah, we're going to do that first. We're going to do the credits over here. Or orange over here. We have enough laboratories connected. We're going to get an extra steel. But then we use 2 steel and 2 bridges to get 2 more tunnels made. We're going to get a tunnel here. And we're going to get a tunnel here. We built our second tunnel, so we're going to go up 1 more on that track. And I think that's it. Yeah. All right, we're left with 2 steel there. We have to draw 1 more card. And I think the last thing that we're doing is we are going to... We're going to go here. We're going to play this. We're going to activate it. There's no way that we can build the bridge or build the tunnel, unfortunately. So I'm wondering if that's really the best place to put that. I'm going to do it because we're going to get the 2 points out of this, and I'd kind of just rather get the points at this point. I don't think there's much else we can do. We don't have enough credits for another bridge, unfortunately. So that's the end of round 7. We're now going to go on to a production phase. Let's pull off the blues. We definitely went up the Federation track this time, more than a little bit. We're going to slide all these around. All right, and for production, let's start with the farms. We have 1, 2, 3 farms. They're going to produce basically a whole bunch of food. They're only going to produce 3 food though, and we need 4 for the city, so we're going to still need 1 more food at the end of this, which sucks. We are going to get 1 more food though, so at least that we have that. For the desalinization plants, we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to get 5 credits, so I'm just going to take a 5 credit here. We're also going to get 2 food, 2 biofuel. We'll use 1 of them to feed the last city. We'll take the other one. We have no upgraded laboratories. We just have 4 regular, so it's going to be 4 science, which is nice. 2, 3, 4. We don't count this one that's not attached. And then we have some symbiotic cities finally that will generate an extra 4 points. I forgot the tunnels. For tunnels, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 tunnels, each of which will produce a credit. Plus, we have 2 of them are upgraded, so that's going to be 2 more points. We now go over here to our cards. We also flip over our actions that we used. Our 2 cards will give us 1 extra steam. We're going to get 1 more biofuel, 1 more credit, and 2 more points. We have 2 on the board that we forgot to do last time, so we got 2 more credits from there. And now we draw 3 cards to start our next turn. So we have an endgame scoring where we can trade in a science and steel class for 1 point. We can trade in 1 kelp for evil. And this allows me to use 1 credit to play an action card. I think I want to keep that. I think the hand limit is great, but I don't think it's going to be that useful. I don't really have kelp, so I'm going to get rid of this one, and same with this one. The orange one is not really that helpful, but it might be if I go over here. In fact, that's probably where I should start, is over there. I do kind of want to get another. We have to get, what, 3 more cities built, and we're on round 8. So, and we need to get some kelp to do that. So I think the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and play this action card. I'm going to play this. No. Yeah. I'm going to play this over here. This is going to give me some stuff. This is going to give me a kelp and a steel, and I think I need both of those more than I need a science. I get to also activate one of these action cards. I'll go ahead and activate this one for the 2 points, just to get that out of the way. Plus, if I have a kelp, I can go up 3 on this track, so I will do that. And we'll get 1 of these and 1 of these as a result. All right. Genetics experiment, trade 1 kelp for 2 points. We're going to go ahead and trade this one in and do an upgrade. We're going to upgrade 3 things. We're going to upgrade this desalinization plant. We're going to upgrade this farm, and we're going to upgrade this laboratory. More importantly, actually, instead of the laboratory, I think what we're going to do is we're going to upgrade a tunnel, since that gives me a point. More importantly, when we upgrade a farm, I may now pay 1 credit for 1 kelp. Very useful. And then that'll do it. I still have 2 more of these. But for this one, this has to go here. Like, we already did that. And we already did this. Why am I not putting the things out? You must be yelling at me something fierce right now. Finally, we can trade in 1 of the biofuels for 2 points. I don't think I'm going to do that because I kind of need the cities. Speaking of which, we still need 1 more card. It is a green. I want to build a city, so I think I need to activate that, but I don't have a way to do that unless I pay 1 credit. So I will do that. I'm going to go here for my last action and get 2 steel and 1 kelp. I may pay 1 credit to activate an action, and that action will be build a city. I'm going to use kelp, biofuel, and 2 credits. I'm going to skip the steel. We're going to get another symbiotic city built. We're going to build this one over here. That gets traded in, and this gets pulled back. That's lousy. We went up the Federation track, so we don't have to worry about that. We're going to pull our blues out of here and remove everybody else along by 1. Part of the problem here is that I have nothing but greens. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as a scoring thing, and I'm going to use 1 science. We're going to pull 2 extra cards first, and then use 1 science to upgrade. And I think we're better off upgrading a tunnel. Okay, we're going to get 1 more card at the end of this. All right, so I really, really wanted this. I think we're going to keep this. I think we're going to keep that. I think we're going to keep these 3. All right. Next up, we're going to build some tunnels. Some much needed tunnels. We're going to go over here. And use this one. First of all, we're going to need 2 of these and 2 of these, and that's going to allow us to put some tunnels in. Part of me wants to go through this way just so that I pick up the extra stuff, but I think that's probably a bad idea. This is going to allow us to pick up a science and then nothing else. In addition, I can do 2 credits and then perform the action of an occupied slot. Now, the occupied slots right now are the desalinization plants, the farms, and then also the action plus materials over here. And I think that's the one that I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and pay that. I get 3 credits back. I get to do an action. I'm going to do this one where I trade in 1 of these for a farm, which I'm going to put here. And then get 2 more resources. I am definitely going to take a kelp, and I think I'm going to take a science since I have so little science left. We then draw a card to finish off the turn. All right, if you have at least 3 upgraded tunnels connected to 2 adjacent to 2 connected cities, gain 2 points. All right, do we have 3? Yeah, we have plenty of upgraded tunnels. We have 4 upgraded tunnels. So that is a good one to go with, and I think what I'm going to do, part of me wants to go, I have to get cities built. That's the problem. I really have to get cities built, and one of those is going to get knocked out this time around. I just built 2 bridges, by the way, so I should have gone up 1 there. So that's good. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take advantage of that slot over there while it's available. I'm going to pay steel and 1 credit. All of this is going to go towards another city. Put this one right here. Which spot did I just fill in? Oh, I filled in over there. Sorry. So it's this orange one. Pay 1 science and 1 credit to upgrade 2 tunnels. We'll go ahead and do that. Just upgrade these. And then we could build in 1 more spot. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a lab. Where do I want to build a lab? Actually, we're going to build a desalinization plant. We're going to build it right here. All right. So last round, I think. We've gone 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this will be the last round. We did go up on the track, so we can pull that off. Still have to draw a card. Okay. It should be pointed out that you do not replace these. By the way, that was a mistake I made earlier. I forget which one I added, but we'll just ignore those because I don't think I'm going to go for any more of those. So we need to get 1 more city built, and we don't really have the resources to do it. We need at least some fuel. So we'll go ahead and go here. We'll get the 2 steel and 1 food. We do have at least 3 upgraded tunnels, so we're going to gain 2 points from that. We'll play this one to build a city. If you have at least 1 upgraded farm, which we do, you're going to gain 1 kelp and 1 point. Plus, we're going to use this kelp, this steel. We do need 1 more steel, which we're going to go ahead and use. But then to build in this slot, we do need 2 credits. So we're going to use 2 credits for that. 1, 2, 3. That's going to allow us to build a regular city right here. When we do that, we do get 3 points for building there. So at least we've met our minimum number of cities. That's good. Then finally, we have an orange. And I feel like the orange one is the one that we're going to go with, simply because we have to get a bridge built. So we're going to build 2 more bridges. I don't think it makes a difference where we put the other one. But we are going to do... This should be like this. We're going to do 1 bridge. Where do we want that bridge? This is the slot that we're using. 2 credits to this. And we'll just go here. It's going to give us 1 kelp at the end. Who knows, maybe that'll be of some benefit. And then that's it. That's the game. We're now going to go on to production. We're going to get rid of this. That's not part of this. There we go. All right, so for production, we just have 4 farms. They're all going to produce 1 kelp each. Plus 3 of them are going to give us an extra credit. So we're going to go with 3 credits. We do have 7 cities though. So in addition to those 4 kelp, we're going to have to give up these 2 kelp. We still have 1 city that needs to be fed. We are going to get points for our desalinization plants. We have this one, which is producing a whole bunch. This is going to produce 2 biofuel plus 3 credits over here. We're going to use the biofuel here, and now our cities are fed. We don't have to worry about that in the future. This one's going to give us 1 credit, 1 biofuel. And then the other cities, we have 1, 2, 3 more of those, so there's going to be 3 more points. 2 and 3. We have some plants all over. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 laboratories. Those are going to give us 5 science. So that would have been a good card to get. We did not get that. For bridges, for tunnels, I mean, why do I keep calling it bridges? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're going to get 11 points, 11 credits for that. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are upgraded. So we're going to go from 26 up to 32. In addition, I forgot what else. This is going to give us some extra scoring points at the end, but we'll worry about that when we get to it. We have 4 cities that are connected that are symbiotic, so we're going to go from 32 to 40. We have already fed them. We don't have to worry about the stuff here. We do have 2 more scoring cards over here. That's going to give us 1 more steel, 1 more biofuel, 1 more credit, 2 more points, 42, magic number. We have on the board over here, we have 1 spot that's going to give us 2 extra credits. And that's it. I don't think there's anything else that's going to give us anything else that is production, which is unfortunate. All right, so that is our production phase. We've fed everybody. Everybody's good. We're not going to worry about these cards here or these cards here or these cards here. We're now just going to worry about scoring. So at the end of the game, I can trade in 2 credits for 2 points. But first we're going to do the normal stuff, according to the card here. Our end game here is that we had to get 10 bridges for 9 points, and we did. So we're going to go from 42 up to 51. Then we're going to take a look at our cards. Now, our cards allow us to trade in 2 credits. There's a 1x here, so this is only good once. We're going to go from 51 to 53. Over here, for as many times as we like, we can do steel and science. We have 3 pairs total. That's going to give us an extra 3 points, so we're up to 56. Those are the 2 cards. We'll go ahead and put those away. Now, we're going to take a look at our cities over here. For each city that has nothing, and we've got 1, 2 like that, we're going to get 2 points. So 1, 2, 1, 2. For any city that has, we have no cities that have just one type of building. We have one building that has two different types of buildings, so there we're going to get 4 points for that. For each of these other buildings, we're actually going to get six points. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be another 24 points, bringing us all the way up to 88. And then finally, we're going to trade in stuff. So these biofuels, these red things, are worth 2 credits each. 2 of them will give me 1 extra point. These 2 science, 1 biofuel, that'll be another point. We're going to get 3 credits and 1 science to give us another point. And we're going to go ahead and trade these in. I think the best we can do is 16 for 4 more points. That'll bring us to 95, which is our final score for the game. So, I mean, I did better this time around. I did follow some strategy. I did think a little bit more about what I was doing, but still did pretty badly. So, again, I do love this game. I just wish I was better at it. And at someday, I'll beat this game. But that's not today. So, with that having been said, folks, enjoy the rest of your day. And click like, click subscribe, and join me tomorrow for some Arkham Horror.